Welcome to Foundations TV, everyone. We have a whole group of talented people here tonight. These are the most talented people in town who have been handpicked for special roles in Shah Jahan, which is coming up on September 27th through 29th. I am personally extremely excited about that show. I have watched SETU's Mahabharat before, and most of you, actually all four of you, were part of that show, and I've seen you perform, and I'm really excited to see how contrasting this one is going to be from Mahabharat. And leading right into the main character of Shah Jahan, main role being portrayed by Anurag Jain, I'd like to welcome you to Foundations TV. And would love to hear from you how different your roles are from Mahabharat and now in Shah Jahan.
Thank you, Gauri. The roles are very different, and I was very scared to, in fact, jump into these roles, and I thank the director Subrata Das for having confidence in me. This is something I've been saying all across. Duryodhan was mighty, screaming loud, and this role requires a lot of variations of an older person. So there's definitely a lot of variety, and I think that's what makes it challenging and very interesting.
Excellent, excellent. I have seen you perform in Mahabharat, and I'm very, very looking forward to seeing you perform as Shah Jahan here as well. Our next guest here is Jayanti. Jayanti is playing the role of the daughter of Shah Jahan, and Shah Jahan, just by the name of the drama, it seems to be a very male-dominated sort of a drama. What I want to hear from you is how significant is the role of daughter of Shah Jahan, and did you have to do some research to educate yourself about the role?
Thank you, Gauri, again. First of all, I did want to echo Anurag that Subrata's direction is superb. So he really lets you do your own research, find out about the character. So it's a free rein in many ways, while making sure that everything is okay. I'm doing Jahanara, and in a very male-dominated world. This play, however, has a significant character, Jahanara. She spends a lot of time with her father, Shah Jahan, being imprisoned. But at the same time, she even goes to Aurangzeb's court to challenge him. And because the character has a lot of different emotions, frustration, anger, sadness, because she kind of was the mother for all the siblings because their mother passed away very young. So I'm very excited about doing this role. I have read Jahanara's diary, so it's quite a challenging role, and I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. We are also looking forward to it. Before I move on to the other side, I have one more question for Shah Jahan here. Shah Jahan is known to be a very romantic person, of course, since he built Taj Mahal. Are you a romantic person in real life?
Like as most men, I like to believe I am. If you ask my wife, and it's a 0 score in that department. So yes, there's always a romance. I mean, if you take romance out from the male-female, there's always a romance of the arts. So I am a romantic of the arts. I'm a romantic of expression, I'm a romance of talent and art and creativity. So yes, I think I am a romantic person that way.
Thank you so much. Such a beautiful answer. All right, so moving on to my right-hand side, we have, I know you as Monty and Sridhar and Arjun. You've played different roles. Of course, Sridhar is his original self, but I've seen him in different roles before, in totally different get-ups, totally different looks and feels with wigs on and makeup and completely different characters. This is a whole new character for you, and I want to hear from you, Sridhar. Is this exciting for you, and how is it different from what you've done before?
Yeah, this is very exciting actually. So when Subrata Da was looking at all the who to cast in this script. I couldn't wait, so I called him. I said, "Are you thinking of something for me or not?" So he said, "Hey, I'm thinking. It's a very important role," and he didn't tell me what it was. So then I called him again, and then he told me that it was actually it was Dara that he was giving me. So I read through Dara, and it felt very much like Arjun to me. It was very much like Arjun, and Arjun I had played in Mahabharat. I wanted to do something negative this time. And I wanted to do something different, so I really was looking for this role. So I asked him if he could consider me, and then when he gave it to me, yeah. So I went into it. But although Aurangzeb really doesn't come out as negative when I actually look at that role, but yeah, so I'm really looking forward to showing that subtle negativity. Actually, it's in the result, but also being, somehow normal and doing negative things. So let's see how it comes out.
So I like what you touched upon a little bit, that he was not really a bad person, but he was doing certain things that
for
were
a purpose, yeah.
For a purpose, and
Yeah.
he did end up doing some bad deeds, which is how life is. Some good people would end up doing some bad things in their lives. Well, not to get too philosophical, did you want to talk anything more about your role?
Well, no, I mean, I'm enjoying this a lot because there's a lot of characters and there's a lot of history out there. So the thing I like about SETU is the kind of themes that they pick, actually. I mean, it's wonderful because with Mahabharat, I didn't have to do anything to teach the Mahabharat to my kids. All they had to do was watch me practice, peek through the doors and see, Papa's doing something. So it was fun. So they got the whole gist of Mahabharat. In fact, I got it better than what I knew. And I think the same is going to happen with Shah Jahan. So I think in that sense, it's a double win for me. It's a pleasure of actually doing the role. It's a pleasure of making new friends, creating something, and my kids learn too. So
that's a very good point that you've just made, that it's a way to share our history and our culture and our traditions with the next generation. And we do invite all the kids to come and watch the show because it's going to be something they're very educative and something they can learn from. I think drama has such a deep impact on people. Going through Mahabharat, watching Mahabharat was, I call it once in a lifetime kind of an experience for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I was completely mesmerized by the sets and the costumes and the acting and the whole effect. Shah Jahan is a character or a person in history who I don't know much about. So that takes us to introducing the next guest here, who's Ravi. Ravi, I actually met you for the first time. I've seen your work before, but I've met you for the first time today. And my first impression of you, I have to say, is very positive, very composed, very calm kind of a person. That's my question to you. How does your personality as you relate to the role that you are playing in Shah Jahan?
Well, thank you, Gauri. I'm so humbled by that, and hope I can answer that. And it's totally a contrast. My character versus myself.
Okay.
So, but it's a tough job to do, and I'm trying my best, level best, and.
From what I hear, your best is going to be really good because what you did in Mahabharat, you actually jumped in and you took up a role, and just 3 days before the show went on.
I just had about 5 days to do the character, and I did it, but I hope it came out pretty good. So,
it did. I watched it. So is this, it was easier to jump in 5 days ago, or is it easier to do it now that you have enough time to rehearse?
I have enough time now, so I've been practicing pretty good now, and hope it comes out pretty good, and hope everyone likes it.
Excellent, excellent. So are there any characteristics of this particular role, Dara, that come to you, emotions or any particular specific as a person?
It's more of an emotional character. Most of the time he's emotional with his own family dying, seeing them die, and I'm finally assassinated, but or killed, I would say. Executed. So that's...
Okay, looks like just getting a glimpse of all the roles that each one of you are playing. And it has been a journey for each one of you to learn a lot about our history, and it's going to be a great experience for each one of the person who comes and watches you to learn about history, as well as feel the emotions and the drama and the effects of this wonderful play. So thank you all for joining us at Foundations TV today.